Hello families, we're going to talk about the absolute easiest way for you to quickly check as to whether there is a 2-hour delay or a closure due to an emergency situation like inclement weather, snow, ice, or even other emergency things like severe weather or even just conditions that might not be favorable for transportation or students being outside. So if there's extreme cold temperatures, that can happen too, and it can happen the night before in anticipation, or it can happen in the morning of. Usually if it's the morning of, it'll happen around 5 or 6 a.m. Well, they will notify and post on the different schools' websites, it'll show up on the app, but sometimes they may call it early. So just because other surrounding districts like Baltimore County Public Schools, Anne Arundel County Public Schools, Howard County Public Schools, they may do it early, but you have to focus on what our district does, which is Baltimore City Public Schools. So the easiest way is to simply go to the website, bookmark it, save it if you don't have it saved as your bookmarks on your navigator, whatever your browser is, whether it be Safari or Google Chrome, anything, whether you have an iPhone or an Android, Samsung, just open up your browser as you normally do. And when you go into, for example, in my instance, if I open up Safari, I'm going to open up and then type in the school's website, baltimorecityschools.org. And when you go to the school's website, at the very top, if there is an alert, it's in red. It's at the very top, and it tells you exactly what the situation is. It's as simple as that. You don't even have to have the app installed, but we'll go through that in a minute. And if you need to translate it, you can actually click in the top right here next to the site menu. You can see as it changes what it means. It says translate in different languages that it scrolls between. Just click that little drop down arrow next to it and you will see all the different languages that you can either choose and select, or you can type in there to search for your language, and then it'll immediately translate it, everything on the website as well as the notification. And then you can X out that notification once you're done. But the website typically looks like this. This is typically what the website looks like with no alert. As you can see, it's very visual. It's very obvious when there is something that has changed due to the schedule, or it may affect a few schools, or it may affect the whole district. So you need to read it to be sure about what it says, because there are instances, especially for example in summer, where maybe a school will close because of malfunctioning air conditioning, and it will not affect the whole district. It'll affect only certain schools. And if you want to look at the app, then the easiest way to do is to actually go to the App Store. So if you go to the App Store and type in Baltimore City Public Schools, I already downloaded it, so it tells me the option is to open when I click on it, but it'll tell you to get or download. And just simply download the application so that once you open it, then you can actually see what it shows inside the application. It'll have a feed on the left side, and as the news and the feed, the top item should be any kind of change in schedule, like if there's a delay. It won't show in red, but it'll be there for you to read at the very top. And again, if you want to change your language, just go to the More icon on the bottom right, tap that, and then there's a little gear settings icon in the top right corner. And then there's your language preference with a drop-down arrow that you can then select, and you can type in English the language that you're looking for. So for example, instead of Español, you'll actually type Spanish, or you can scroll down for S for Spanish and find it, and then change it there. And then you're going to have to just simply pull down, and you can save the preference, continue, and then pull down to refresh. So go back to the feed and pull down to refresh the app, or open and close it again, and it'll translate everything instantly. Hope you find this helpful.